Hello, my name is Henrique Fenner-Leitao, and I'm honored to introduce you here to our first episode on our new show on Syracuse University's Orange television network, Sequence 78. The show will consist of various segments that include interviews with guests, music performance from local artists in our community, sports debates and discussions, and skits that will hopefully bring you comedy. We are honored to have our first guest today, Professor Tula Goenka, who is the head of the Television, Radio, and Film graduate program here at Newhouse School of Public Communications. We hope our content will bring you joy, curiosity, intrigue, empathy, sympathy, confusion, and even sadness at times. We welcome you onto Sequence 78. Professor Goenka, thank you so much for coming on this show today. It's really a privilege to have you on as one of our first guests.
I'm really honored to be here. Thank you.
Of course. You know, I would like to start off by referencing your childhood. Please give us some good memories and some bad memories from your upbringing.
So I was born in Calcutta, India, and I was the first grandchild from my father's side of the family. He was the oldest brother, and both his younger sisters and his younger brother were actually living with us in Calcutta. So I was a very, very spoiled child. And when my brother was born 3 years later, I used to pinch him in the bassinet and make him cry because I did not want him to be there. And now he's all grown up and he's a professor in Birmingham, UK, and I love him dearly. So things can change a lot over time.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, in school, what were you like academically and socially?
I was very awkward in school, both in elementary school in Calcutta, and then I was sent off to boarding school, like a very, very exclusive prep school in the foothills of the Himalayas called Wellams. And I was very awkward. You know, my English was not, my grandparents, my father's parents, and my great-grandparents, who I never met, were all freedom fighters against the British. So we all spoke Hindi at home. You know, that was the language we spoke. And so my English was not very fluent. I did not pronounce some of the words properly. So when I went to boarding school, like, you know, the girls were very mean and they would make fun of me. So yeah, I was an awkward child, I would say.
Awkward child. I see you attended Stella Morris College.
Yeah.
We were talking about this off camera, and you seemed like, you know, you hadn't heard that for a while. You know, I did my research. You also, you know, you completed this Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, and then you went on to do Communications and Media Studies post-grad. Was your time at Stella a pivotal turning point in you realizing what you wanted to do in your career?
Yeah, so yes, definitely. So, you know, I'm from the north of India, and born in Calcutta, went to school in Dehradun, and as I said, in the foothill of the Himalayas. And then my father got transferred to Madras, which is now Chennai, which is in South India. And it's very, very different from the north. And so my mother wasn't keeping well. We didn't have family there. So I was pulled out of boarding school after 10th grade. I never did my A-levels there. And I came to Madras, and that's where I really came into my own. I did not have these sneaky girls around anymore. And I went to college, and I had applied. They had just started a major in public relations, and that's what I applied for. And I did not get into it because I was not cool enough, or whatever they thought, whatever. Who has the last laugh, right, in life? And so I did sociology, which I loved, and I think everything that I've done in life since then, my undergrad education has really stood strong in that, you know, because I sort of understand how life works, how institutions work, etc. And so when I was in college, there was another girl there who was South Indian but had lived all over India. Her father was in the army, and she and I became very good friends. Her name is Kaveri, and she lived near the boat club in Madras. So we joined the boat club, and that changed my life. So she and I were, you know, a pair, a crew team, and we traveled the world. We went to Singapore, Sri Lanka, all over the place, you know, on these regattas, and we just had the best time. And Kaveri now is an award-winning author who lives in right outside Dublin in Ireland. So we both ended up leaving India and moving elsewhere. And it really changed me. And the other thing that happened while I was an undergrad was I started writing poetry, you know, like all teenagers write poems. And I mean, they're pretty bad. Actually, I think they're pretty good. Maybe I'll bring one of them to class and read them to you. And my teacher of English literature thought I was a good writer. And she said to me, why don't you, start writing things? And which I did. And then I became the editor of my college magazine. And that really changed my life. And that got me interested in journalism. Yeah.
And, especially being here at, an establishment like Newhouse,
Yes.
job security and job certainty is such a huge topic among our generation.
Yeah.
When you were leaving your education, regardless of whether that was in, your postgrad years or your undergraduate years, what were the sentiments behind how you were approaching, your first job in your career? What was the job market, like at that time?
So what happened was I finished my college degree, and then my father ended up moving to Bombay, and I really wanted to be a journalist, but I didn't feel ready to join a newspaper or a magazine, so I did a one-year course in mass communications, and I discovered filmmaking, and I really fell in love with it, and I was like, if I'm writing for a magazine, I'll only be writing on newspaper, I'll be writing in English, and my audience will be very limited. So I discovered filmmaking, and I ended up working in an advertising agency, one of the biggest advertising agencies in the country, in the world, called Lintas. And that really just helped me learn storytelling, how to get my message across in a very short amount of time. I learned visual language, everything that I do today. So much of it is from my 1 year at Sophia and also my time at Lintas. And, I ended up getting the job at Lintas where I worked for a couple of years, and then I decided to apply to grad school, and I ended up in Syracuse.
Well, Professor Goenka, in this extensive career you've had as an author, a filmmaker, a professor, a storyteller, what has been your best mistake?
My best mistake has been that I did not, once I finished my grad school here in Syracuse, I moved to New York City, and then I did not move to LA. And I did not move to LA because I did not know how to drive. And I was like, I mean, this was 1986, and there was no Uber and stuff like that, right? Now I tell students, even if you don't drive, you can survive. At that time, it was just not possible. So I sort of regret not moving to LA. Every time I've been there, I've really loved it. I've enjoyed it. And I wonder what my career would have been if I'd moved to LA.
Professor Goenka, my last question to you is, in 10 years in your professional career, but also your personal life, where would you like to be? Would you like to be on a beach somewhere, still at Newhouse, your feet kicked up somewhere else in the country?
This is going on record. They may fire me. 10 years from now, I would, if I can afford it, I would really like to be retired. I would love to live on a beach, but I'm terrified of those little lizards that are on a beach, so I don't know. But I would like to be pursuing my own project somewhere, yes.
Professor Goenka, thank you so much for coming on today.
You're most welcome. Your time. Thank you.
We'll return in a second.
Rolling.
Sound is speeded.
Can you slow that down, please? This is 28-1.
28-1.
All right, let's get started. The history of athletes in film. Got a short film. We'll get it started. Let's get started.
I'm Michael Jordan. McDonald's restaurants have given me this time to talk to you about kids. Kids are the reason McDonald's sponsors their Get It Straight program, a national drug awareness effort. Think about
Oh my
this.
God. Here we go. Lights off. What do you expect me to do right now? This ain't class time. This is bedtime.
I'm so tired right now. I need to find something to watch. Oh yeah,
Those
that's for
rings
sure.
will be mine.
Attention. All right, everyone, let's make sure we're paying attention.
Yeah, I was paying attention to my dreams. Yo, it's like trying to stay up on melatonin. I'm tired. You know what? I just think it's so funny how professors would create the best environment for students to sleep in and then get mad when students decide to sleep in class. Matter of fact, I give you guys a round of applause. I couldn't sleep last night, but I can sleep now. And if you don't want students sleeping in your class, don't do that again.
Welcome everybody to Sequence 78 Sports Edition. Tonight we got a special guest, Paul and Joe. Gentlemen, touch gloves.
How you doing, Paul?
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you, man.
Nice seeing you, man.
Yeah.
So, guys, Jalen Hurts, is he top 5 quarterback?
Absolutely not.
I don't know, Paul. I think that there is an argument to be made.
I truly don't think there's an argument to be made. I think you can name like 6 quarterbacks ahead of Jalen Hurts right now.
I don't know if you can do that. I mean, especially when you consider the level of efficiency that the Eagles offense has played with Jalen Hurts under center. I mean, you look at last year, the Eagles offense had more games of over 400 yards than they had of less than 300.
Yeah, but how much of that is actually attributed to Jalen Hurts himself? And we're talking about this season right now too. Did you see last week's game? What do you know his second half stats?
Look, Jalen Hurts is the man of the offense. He's the quarterback.
You didn't hear my question. Do you know Jalen Hurts second half?
Are we talking about 1 half compared to a?
Well,
we're talking about a 20 game sample that you're referencing.
I'm not
one half football.
I'm talking
That's
1/40th,
Paul.
You can't throw 0 for 8 with 0 yards in the second half of the game against a team you're likely going to play in the NFC Championship.
But you're talking about a Jalen Hurts-led Eagles offense that has time and time again been among the best in the NFL. That's a Super Bowl winning offense.
Everybody knows it's not a Jalen Hurts-led offense. It's a tush-push offense. It's an offense built around a stacked offensive line with the best running back in football, not to mention one of the best receivers and one of the second best wide receivers.
Who's scoring on the tush pushes?
Are we serious?
Who's scoring on them?
All right, guys. Let's switch to the second question. Who is this year's American League MVP?
Without a doubt, it's Cal Raleigh.
I disagree with you. It's got to be Judge.
Why do you say that?
Listen, don't get me wrong. I know the metrics, all right? I know Cal Riley's leading in home runs, the most home runs ever hit by a catcher in history, right?
And a switch hitter.
Yeah, but every other single metric that you can point to other than home runs and RBIs, Aaron Judge is leading. His on-base percentage, his slugging, his average, out of the park.
You're talking about run-producing numbers that Cal Raleigh leads in, especially when you factor in that he plays the hardest and the most important position in baseball as a catcher. He's one of 2 catchers this season that is not allowed to pass ball. He has 7 runs of framing, plus framing on the season, which is insane for a catcher, especially one that is literally setting records as a home run hitter compared to Aaron Judge, who is an at best average corner outfielder, which is the least important position in baseball. When you talk about run differential, Fangraphs puts catcher at a plus 20 run differential compared to right field in terms of how important they are. Combined with the fact that he just had a top 5 season ever for a catcher offensively, and he's putting up great numbers behind the dish.
I truly just think it comes down to voters fatigue. People don't want to see the same person winning MVP over and over and over again. I think it's got to be judged.
I think it comes down to history.
History's overrated.
Tyreek Hill, guys. Do you think his career is over, or he'll come back from the knee injury?
You want to take this one first?
I don't think his career is over at all. I mean, you're talking about a guy who has been one of the best receivers in the NFL since he came in. Yeah, he did just have that major knee injury, but also players are recovering from knee injuries a lot better than they have dating back to, 10, 15 plus years ago. And also, even if it's not with the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, somebody's going to sign Tyreek Hill to play football. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to the Chiefs.
Now, don't get me wrong. This one is not one that I'm super, I don't fall to either side as heavily as the other topics. I personally think his career's done. I mean, the dude is, how old is he? 31, 32? He's getting up there. We know receiver lifespans don't last that long. He did not seem happy in Miami. He claimed that Tua was the best thrower of the ball he's ever had. We know that's false. I don't think he's returning to the Dolphins in particular. You might see him in like a D-Hop-esque role, like how D-Hop's on the Ravens now, and he's like good for 2 or 3 targets a game. But the Cheetah, the time of him being a top 5 wide receiver in the National Football League, I think that time is far and away gone. Especially that injury was gruesome. He might not need multiple surgeries. I saw the report earlier, but that you saw his knee. It was facing the other way.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you're still talking about a guy that is crazy athletic, he has really good hands, a great route runner. I think that absolutely he can come back and, for instance, be a slot receiver for the Chiefs or somebody.
I'm not saying that he can't, but I'm saying that my big thing is his best metric, his best ability is his speed and his route running, and I think his route running is created by his speed, and I think that is just diminished.
Last question.
All right.
Most important question of them all. Did Lamar Jackson get snubbed, or did Josh Allen deserve that MVP?
Absolutely, Lamar Jackson got ultimately snubbed. This might be the worst snub MVP we have seen in the history of any sport ever.
I think that's comical to say, especially when you look at the year prior when Lamar Jackson did win MVP. The exact case that people that say Lamar should have won last year is the exact reason why Dak Prescott did not win last year. We look at 2023, Dak Prescott had more passing yards, more touchdowns than Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson played on a better team. Meanwhile, Josh Allen in 2024, he had less passing touchdowns, less passing yards, but he was on a better team, and Josh Allen was the only Pro Bowler on the entire roster, let alone the offense.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think James Cook should have been a Pro Bowler?
Probably not, honestly.
I think he certainly should have been.
I think it's a conversation.
I think it's an absolute travesty that people like to disrespect the supporting cast of Josh Allen. They like saying that he has no one. No, it's only Josh Allen. He's Superman in Buffalo. No, he's not. He's got a team around him, bro. Look at I know we're talking about last year, but look at the game this year. Look at the game, the Ravens-Bills playoff game from last year. The team was falling apart around Lamar. He was the only bright spot that came in. We see the Mark Andrews drop at the goal line, that sold the game. You can't.
Mark Andrews still better than any tight end Josh Allen's ever played with.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I'm a big Mark Andrews fan, and I think his career will bounce back. But I think it's absolutely incredulous that Lamar Jackson got voted by the same voters to win first team AP quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the league. These people said he's the best quarterback in the league, but he's not the most valuable player. It's ridiculous. Never happened before. Ridiculous.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you both. Everybody, stay tuned. After the break, we're going to have special guest Navio.
Yeah, that bass hitting. Okay, I let the fans handle conversations of who to go. Okay. You been working too hard, boy, you better not choke. Been dropping for a minute, but we ain't get a vote. Stay in your own lane before you get your license revoked. Okay, I see you in it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jayola, and today we have a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Navy on the booth, Navy on the building. We here, man.
All right, good. Nice meeting you, bro. So my first question for you today is, what inspired you to make music, start making music?
Well, starting from, it really came from church. I was like 3 years old. I went up on to the drums, started playing the drums, and that's where I feel like I kind of got my rhythm at. And then when I was around like 12, 13, I was actually in the drum line too. So I was playing the drums. I'm hearing certain songs. I'm on a bus, listening to music, and I'm listening specifically to the beat of the songs over the lyrics, and I'm like kind of like catching the beat, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I actually know where the next kick is coming in. I know when the next snare is coming in. And then when I was a sophomore in high school, I started making beats on my phone. And then maybe like a couple months later, I got a laptop, got GarageBand. A couple months after that, I got Logic. And, ever since I got Logic, it's been up from there. So I started producing in 2018. And then 2022, me and my boy, we already had like all the studio equipment and stuff like that. And me and my boy was just like kind of like messing around. And, we just freestyling, making some songs. I had a bunch of beats at the time, so we was just pulling up a couple beats, and then we just freestyle. And then we dropped like a SoundCloud tape. And then a year after that, we basically got a little bit more serious, got a little bit more intentional. And that's when the first album came out called Life on Lancaster. Okay. So Life on Lancaster was a staple and kind of like the start of, the music career, actually, in terms of like putting lyrics onto the beat.
Okay, nah, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. So with that being said, I want to know like, what's your favorite part about making the music? I know you were talking about like the beats and putting the words over the beat and whatnot. So,
I think now like, music is like a spiritual process. So, you ever like listen to something and your whole mood change? It's like it has such power to it, and I feel like music now, the best part now, is being able to have an outlet. Like I can go make music if I'm feeling mad or sad or happy. I can go make a song that somebody else can relate to, based off of like whatever emotion I felt that they're, whatever the lyrics are saying. But if you would have asked me that a couple years ago, I definitely would have said the production, because the production is, I love making beats, and I love just putting together, a whole bunch of different instruments, and just, it's kind of crazy to see something go from literally nothing to a full beat, to a full song, to a full project. And it takes like, it takes work. You know what I mean? Sometimes the workflow is a lot faster than other times, but going from scratch to a full project is really a process. And I feel like now I really like the fact that it's an outlet in the process of making the music.
That sounds truly inspiring, bro. Nah, for sure.
You might have to get in the booth, bro.
So I know you were talking about how like you make music and you want people to feel a certain way. So my next question for you is like, how do you want people to feel when they listen to your music?
Definitely inspired, positive, happy. Hopefully it inspires them to go get some money or go to the gym. You know what I mean? I listen to a lot of Larry June now, so Larry June definitely probably like top 2 favorite artists of mine, and he's like super positive. He'd be dropping a bunch of game. He'd be talking about real estate and different plays that people can go make. And I'm like, I don't, see myself as, I don't slide on ops, bro. I'm not talking about ops all the time. Like I'm actually talking about like purpose. You know what I mean? I mention God a lot in my music. Always positive, always trying to motivate somebody, and just allow somebody to be focused just off of the music that they hearing.
No, I love that. Facts. So I know you were telling us about like how you've been making music for a long time. So I'm gonna say, what's like the most memorable moment for you throughout your years?
That's a good question. I think the most memorable moments, because it was a few. I think just being around like my boys and making the music, like you never know what's gonna happen. You never know who's gonna show up, and if you go listen to Life on Lancaster, in a lot of the songs you'll hear skits in the song, and it's like live skits. So like some skits, I'm literally like making a song, and then somebody called me, and then I'll just put the phone on the mic. So I'm just like documenting. Each song is actually a moment though too.
Ooh.
Like I feel like every song, especially Life on Lancaster, like I know exactly what was going on that day. I know who was in the room. I feel like each song represents a moment, but I don't know any like specific one moment, but the moments that, you know, having studio sessions on Lancaster, talking about stuff that we doing at the time and putting it into the music and having a bunch of people come to the studio, a bunch of people record. I think that was definitely some really good moments, and I enjoyed a lot of that music.
Yeah, I feel like everybody comes together as one, and I don't know, supporting you. I would say at the end of the day,
and got people out of their shell too. Some people didn't want to get on the track, but they ended up getting on the track. Like it was almost like I had some of my roommates get on the track, people that don't even rap, and I'm like, all right, cool. But it was cool. It was cool moments to have everybody together. I feel like the best moments was just seeing everybody together and creating something that will always be here. You know what I mean? So like after I'm gone, that music will still be on this planet.
all right. Nah, good. Something I want to know is like, so I know you said you've been making music, so like I know you've probably been through some stops or like I don't know, something that was challenging for you. So like I don't know, like what's a hardship that you faced while creating your music, or something that was hard for you while you're on your journey?
I feel like the hardest thing was, because if I'm being completely honest, I thought that I was gonna be rich before I graduated. Like I really thought that, like, I'm like, yo, this music is timeless. Like this music, I'm gonna be rich before I finish school. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to finish school because I'm gonna be rich. Like if I'm gonna start making money, I'm done with school. You know what I mean? And then I ended up obviously graduating, and I'm obviously not rich yet. You feel me? I'm mentally rich for sure, but I feel like the hardest thing now, I've transitioned into a big professional, the professional world in general, and now I got a full-time job. I have multiple side hustles, and I had to put music on the back burner. But I'm like, God gave me a gift for a reason. I can't just keep it on the back burner. So I actually got an EP coming out called The Hiatus, because I had to take time away from the music, and I intentionally put time back into it. I made time for it. And these next, it's like 6 songs on there. It should be dropping fairly soon, but it's called The Hiatus because I had to take a break. Like I had to step away, and I had to step away for good reasons. So that was pretty hard because I love the process of making the music. I just wish I had more time for it, but I've been intentional on trying to make more time for it, and here comes the hiatus.
Facts. It's all about overcoming that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my final question for you today is, do you have any last words of wisdom or inspiration for those that want to chase their dreams?
So I feel like it's 2 things. One is discipline. Like anything somebody wants, you have to get past discipline, and you have to be intentional with what you're doing. Like if you're not intentional, then it's like you're gonna be going through the motions, but be disciplined and stack those days. So it's like some habits that you can't have. Like if you say somebody want to be a millionaire and they got like thousandaire habits, that's just not gonna happen. So being disciplined, being intentional, and putting God first. Like God is obviously number one. You can't get nothing without God. And if you got God, you're gonna be good. Ain't no reason to stress for real. As long as you waking up, you breathing, you got God, you good. You just put your faith in God, be disciplined, and be intentional.
Love that. All right, so thank you. So I heard you were performing, bro. So like, what's that about? We gonna hear from you or?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Word.
I bet. So
yeah,
we gonna stay tuned for that.
We gonna see what's up.
Yeah,
we about to see what's up. Yeah.
Here for our first musical guests on Sequence 78, we present to you Navio, EJ Betters, and Nate Betters.
Coming up, trying to be the ones at the top of the building. Had to have no fear. Had to have no fear. Keep believing your time's near. Your time's near. Had no fear. I had no fear. I had no fear. I had no. Came with no fear. Got the bags up and signed no deal. We did it independent, but mama independent. She drive a wag now, had to get it tinted. Yeah, it's Snow White outside. Yeah, it's Snow White. My ride. You don't wanna see me with the ones and twos. Never get out, words, stay on P's and Q's. Pop up in the A 1 time, 2 times. Make a business move 3 times, 4 times. Now we throwing money though, we getting cash now. We dealing change away, they shaking now, they shaking now. Never distracted now, come and turn me up. We bout to lash out, never crash out. Yeah, we working hard, but we never pass out. Coming up, trying to be the ones at the top of the building. Had to have no fear. Had to have no fear. Keep believing your time's near. Your time's near. Have no fear. I had no fear. I have no fear. Yeah. Yeah. Coming up, trying to be the ones at the top of the building. Had to have no fear. Had to have no fear. Keep believing your time's near. Your time's near. Had no fear. I had no fear. I had no fear. Yeah, that's no fear. No fear. Your time is near. This next one is called Get Some. So make sure you go out and get some. Oh, oh, oh. Alright. Oh, okay. Done became everything that I wanted in this song. They tryna run up, but they cannot get none. If you shoot a bunch of shots, you gonna miss some. Put in work, sacrifice, and win some. Put in work, sacrifice, and win some. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. Yeah, they steady down me, and we take it casually. You won't see a frown at me. Yeah, you see the ones on the side that's how to bounce me. Took the longest road possible, they said they proud of me. Once everything pop, yeah, they started crowding me. Damn, oh my God, they crowded me. I just wanna come out with the doggy on a leash. Building up a life that's all the way filled with peace. Yeah, outside in the roads, she ran out with green, I thought she had a snotty nose. She was talking games, so I had to keep it close. If they not adding value, know they gotta go. Yeah, girl, you cold, feel like driving in the snow. Asking am I ride for you, you already know. Am I gonna ride for you, you already know. Am I gonna ride for you, you already know. Hey, keep going, don't stop. Stack a brick every day, it won't flop. When it come to dreams, give it all you got. No, we don't put in work till just drop. So don't drop, just keep trying. Sometimes we do things we don't know why. Just keep in mind that old stuff won't fly. Smell the success might get you high. Yeah. Done became everything that I wanted in this song. Tryna run up, but they cannot get none. If you shoot a bunch of shots, you're gonna miss some. Put in work, sacrifice, and win some. Put in work, sacrifice, and win some. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. get some, get some, get some. Tryna run it all the way up. Tryna run it all the way up. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. Tryna run it all the way up and get some. Whatever you do in life, go and get some. Yeah, man. This last one gonna be called Visions. Everybody got a vision, you know what I'm saying? Stay true to yours. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 yeah, hey, hey. Alright. Yeah, okay. I let the fans handle conversations of who to go. You been working too hard, boy, you better not choke. Been dropping for a minute, but we ain't get a vote. Stay in your own lane before you get your license revoked. Okay, I see you winning, take your L's to grinning. Grinding, isolation take way longer than a minute. Up early in the morning, it ain't an obligation. That money is working while I'm working on my patience. Build up from the mud, this ain't no imitation. Stay real from the start, this ain't no fabrication. Gotta move with intention, pull up your navigation, and it ain't gonna be easy. We move with contemplation, remove with domination, done improve concentration. We move with domination, the ground is simulation. Yeah, yeah, 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, keep going. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, don't stop, don't let your guard down, you might just get a leash. Can't just talk about it, gotta practice what you preach. It ain't no time for days, but somehow still find time to eat. I was just making beats, but now I'm rapping on the beat. Whole lot of paper wrapped up like a mummy. Keep the faith in God, can't let the money run me. Put it straight to work, assets going dummy day, bro, cracking jokes, I don't find shit funny. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, keep going. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, don't stop, don't. Still make mental deposits, gotta wake up and do your thing. Swerving late straight to the profit, they was doubting on my name. Make sure they never forgot it, gotta walk through it to faith. Stay humble and stay modest, and don't think it's a game. Keep working through the pain, and always remember, take the money over fame. Gotta feel it in your veins, sunny after rain. Put some knowledge in your crane, and wake up to your thing. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, keep going. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, don't stop, don't. Yeah. We got my boy EJ on the keys, man. Yeah. Got my dog Nate on the bass right here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, keep going. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop. 120 on the dash, check your mirror, don't crash, keep going, don't stop, don't stop, don't. That was hard. I definitely messed up, but you know, it is what it is. Definitely messed up. I ain't gonna lie, I was going so fast, I forgot like a whole bar.